Good morning, friends. This is Lisa Haley. I am on a debt-free journey, and I'm bringing you along for the ride, such as it is. Welcome to the first breakfast and budgeting of February 2026. I have a fantastic breakfast. So, hubby, thank you. I have chorizo and eggs and avocado toast, and of course, we have the coffee. Okay, got food out of the way. That's fantastic. I'm going to make this short because that's so good. I closed out my budget for January. I figured out how much I'm depositing for my January savings challenge. I have a February savings challenge planned. I have goals that I had for January, goals for February. I have the February budget printed and ready to go. So I'm only going to do closing out the budget because there's so much involved, and I will do all the rest of the stuff individually because it's just too much all at once. So every week in January, I fill out one of these, the cash envelopes. I take notes for myself. This is income, fixed expenses, variable expenses, sinking funds, extra debt. I'm not ready for extra savings just yet. Week 2, week 3, and week 4. And that was it for those. Then what I do with all of that information, I record all of my transactions, and they are all color coded. And then what I did was I tally each page. So you can see, instead of going back and adding up every single color on every single page, I just tallied each page. So there's my tallies. And I have combined cash and debit or bills that came out of my checking account. So it's all combined together. And then I had forgotten to record these ones. That's why these are over here. And this one I forgot to record when I put the coins in the bank for my bucket list savings fund. So here's all of my categories. And this is all of the money that went into each of the categories, or that took out. So up to here, those are fixed expenses. And then up to here are variable expenses, and these are the sinking funds. Again, money out. Now I did take 10 out of here for the car, but that was because it came out of my savings account, and I originally was just putting money in the savings account to be used for sinking funds. It wasn't broken down into categories. From February on, the categories will be more specific, and I won't have that confusion. And this is money that came in. Okay. More sinking. Okay. So this one here, beginning of the year. I know I've mentioned I'm not a math person, but it's what I got to do. So I have all of my debt, total debt, beginning of the year. So I had to do this before, like, the end of December. The interest rate, minimum payment per month, and the order in which I want to pay these off. Number 1 being the credit card. Beginning of the year debt, or beginning of the month, which is also beginning of the year. End of the month debt. And then this is how much it came down. And it is what it is. And this is the same thing because it's the first month. And hi, Jack. Okay. My net worth. So I did the Kelley Blue Book to figure out roughly the value of our cars. This is what I have in my Robinhood, my IRA, retirement. Clearly, I don't plan on retiring any day soon. My total assets, my total debt, and my net worth. Woohoo! Gotta laugh. I just gotta laugh. Where did my money go? Now, if you're going to do this one, this is one of the hardest ones to figure out. At least for me, it was. Starting balance, you have to do this in the beginning of the month. So I've already put this on for February because otherwise you can't go back and figure it out. Starting balance is the money that's in the checking account and, savings account. No, it's just the checking account. Beginning of the month. Earned income. So this was paychecks. Other income is money that people have given me, or if I had a side hustle, anything like that. Savings used, money that I transferred out of my savings. So I had the medical, and I had the car, and I also lent money to my son. So money transferred out of savings. My total monthly inflow, this is what I was working with for the month, which is also this number right here. Where did my money go for debt? Then I put down all of my categories. Again, variable expenses and sinking funds. The budget. Now, this one is how much I actually put in the envelopes, not what I planned on putting in, because I planned on 40, so $10 a week, but that didn't happen. So this is what I actually put in the envelopes. This is what I actually spent, and I know that because of that. And then the difference, green is I was under budget, red was I was over budget. I know I put more money than groceries. Anyway, it's a work in progress. It's in pencil. There's a reason for that. Sinking funds, medical, this is what I had put aside, but this is what was in my cash envelope. But again, I had money in my savings account that I was saving for this. So this is what it all cost. I ended up going to the walk-in and getting more medicine. So there was an additional $80. Car, oil change, and patch a tire. And Crafty, I paid towards a craft fair booth. My friend is going halves with me, so it was $30. And I didn't have an envelope for this one yet. So I took the money out of these up here. Where did my money go? So the inflow, which is this number, minus total debt payoff. And I just added up how much I paid. Percentage of my inflow towards debt. Monthly income is this number and this number and this number. No, sorry. Just these two, because that's not really income. How much did I save, and percentage of my income went towards savings. Where did my money go? Now, this page is a comparison between last month and this month, and since I'm starting this month, there is no last month. So it's just this month, and it's the same information from the page before. Okay, so once I have gone through everything for the month, I go to the beginning of the binder and I update the information for the year. These are my sinking funds, my goal, how much I would like to put aside per month or per week, and the date which I would like to have it done. I've added Crafty. I'm not really sure what my goal is or the breakdown. I'm starting this one. I would just like to start putting money into it at this point. And I'm updating January. So what I started with, what I added, what I took out, and the ending balance in each cash envelope. Okay. January, this is my yearly spending overview. Earned income, other income, savings used. And again, the same information from my envelopes, my trackers, total expenses, balance. This is the difference. And I will update that every month, sorry. Savings balance, debt balance, retirement balance. Now the savings balance also includes my Robinhood and net worth. And I'm not quite sure, honestly, what to do with this page. So as long as I have information up here, that's the important thing. My debt. This was a separate page that is a free printable from the Budget Mom, and I just like to see my numbers. So January through December, and these are my debts. So, oh, I do have this information. I just updated it. Okay, and then continued on the back. My budget categories, which I have added my crafty envelope. And notes I keep to myself. So far, just a few. And then the first of the month, I update my credit score. So it went up 1 point. And that's it for closing out my budget. Well, there is the whirlwind closing out the budget. I did say it was a lot of information, and I'm just following the plan. If you want a slower, more detailed, in-depth description of how it works, you can go over to the Budget Mom. She's on YouTube. And if you scroll down to when she very first started, so go oldest to newest, you'll find a really good video that explains how to do it all. But I'm just following the plan, and I'm just sharing my progress. One other thing I wanted to say about the IRS, I'm paying money, but my husband is also paying money. So that's why the numbers are going down faster than what I'm putting in. And of course, you know, with all of the debt, other than the doors, because that was a personal loan, there's the interest. So even though I'm throwing money at them, like my student loan I paid $646 in the month of January, and my debt went down $9. And this is, you know, don't go to college, or if you do, don't take out any loans. There's my advice. If I could go back in time, I would do things differently, because my loans were only $40,000, but with all of the interest, yeah. So my goal is not to die with debt. So I need to live a long life. Anyway, I'm going to get back to my breakfast. I am not bragging about my numbers at all. I am well aware of what this looks like as far as what I have saved and my retirement and the fact that I'm probably going to work until I die. So this is why I'm doing the thing. I'm doing what needs to be done. My husband also contributed some money towards our Haley Shire sinking fund, which is our number one sinking fund goal, is the mini split for the house. So I will also go into more detail about the sinking funds in a different video. All right, have a fantastic day.